Joburg Super Kings take on the Durban Super Giants in the SA20 for the first match, in a must-win match, I beg your pardon, at the iconic Wanderers Cricket Ground in Johannesburg. The hosts need a win to make it to the playoffs of this competition. These two formidable teams have crossed paths once before in the tournament, with the DSG emerging triumphant. Now, our reporter, Yolulwe Qoshe, happens to be at the Wanderers as we speak right now. Yolulwe, the Joburg Super Kings have not come to the party this season and now sit outside the playoff positions. Let's start with the batting. What has gone wrong?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Studio Khotso, as well as to the viewers at home. We are outside the Wanderers Stadium where the hosts, the Joburg Super Kings, will be hoping to get back to winning ways when they take on the league leaders, Durban Super Giants, who have traveled to Johannesburg today. And they will be hoping to put right the result from during the week where they lost here on home soil against defending champions Sunrisers Eastern Cape. Now, you've said that it hasn't really gone right for them. You've spoken about the batting, but it's also been in general terms also, because in the 9 games they've lost 2. They've only won 2 of their 9 games so far this season. This is a team, the Joburg Super Kings, that was in the playoffs last year. Now, like you said rightfully in your intro, they are in danger of missing out in that particular feat as they find themselves in a must-win, do-or-die situation at home. They are in 5th, currently a position away from those playoffs. They did touch on the batting. It is a mystery for everybody, because when you look at their batting lineup, there are 2 established Proteas there. The captain himself, Faf du Plessis, as well as Reza Hendricks, but both of them have failed to come to the party throughout this particular campaign. Both of them just getting 1 half-century in those 9 games. The person that has been able to show a bit of resistance with the willow this season is Lewis Duploy, who is their top run scorer this season with 242 runs. It was a similar narrative even last year, where it was Lewis Duploy who put his name out to the hat and was also putting his name out to South Africans, because he was their standout batter in the inaugural edition of this competition as well. But it's been a big worry for them. It's not only just about those batters. There are a couple of all-rounders that are tasked to chip in with some runs when the team needs them the most, the likes of Moeen Ali, the well-established all-rounder from England, a very, very experienced international. He's a marquee signing, came into the Super Kings team for a lot of money, but has failed to repay the money that they've spent for him. He's hardly contributed with either the ball or the bat. But in terms of the batting, well, only were able to score just a little over 90 runs at home against those defending champions during the week. They'll be looking to put that right, and will have to start at the top with the names that I've mentioned, Khozo.
But the wheels have not completely fallen off. I mean, Lizard Williams has really been the shining light when it comes to the bowling department.
Yeah, I mean, Lizard Williams is also showing the type of form that got him selected to that World Cup squad for the Proteas. So he was in India with that particular group, and then he came back to South Africa, was part of the T20 setup, as well as the ODI setup that played against the Indians. So he's continued that momentum. He's been their marquee bowler in this particular tournament. He's had 12 scalps to his name thus far, but he has not received much help. Another man that came into this particular tournament with a lot of hoorah around his name, having just made his debut for the Proteas in all 3 formats, the Test Arena, the ODIs, as well as the T20s, was one Nandre Burger. Now, he's only had 5 wickets, a measly 5 wickets, I must say, during this particular campaign. So it seems as if Lizard will have to carry this particular bowling attack by himself. And that is not something that he probably would have wanted to have for himself, especially when you look along the lines of even the spinning options that they have. Another experienced Protea has been an option for them. That has been Imran Tahir. He has hardly had that opportunity to fire himself. He's a veteran at this stage, but of course he will be hoping to get some wickets in to help the likes of Lizard Williams. He's got 7 so far this particular campaign. There's no bigger game for the likes of both him, Tahir, I was speaking about, as well as Nandre Burger, to step up today and help Lizard to be able to, get those wickets that are needed. And just also to cut the bowlers a bit of slack. They've often come in under pressure because that batting unit that we've spoken about has hardly given them the type of targets that they would want to be able to defend. They've not scored too many totals over 200, so that gives the bowlers a lot of pressure, a little room for error when it comes to defending a target. And also that adds to their bowling, because there's a lot of pressure when they try to get those wickets with not a lot of room in the runs column to work with.
And when you look at the visitors, the Durban Super Giants, they come into this encounter in top form. They've only just lost 2 matches this entire season. What's been their winning formula, would you say?
Also, simply just the balance within their team. They've got some big names in their team, and the big names have come up with big performances that have in turn come to the big results that they've been able to earn in this particular competition. They're sitting pretty at the top. They've already secured their playoff spot. They've already secured their place as top of this particular table. No matter what happens from now with this last game, they've had some players coming in with the bat. They've got the likes of Quinton de Kock, who's been able to come in. They've got Tony Dzozi, who's also come in and contributed with the bat. So it's those type of players that have been able to show what they're made of in this particular tournament and in this particular format. They've got big hitters when they need some runs on the board. Quinton, who I've spoken about. Tony Dzozi showed that he's also a big hitter, having played for the Proteas in the series against India as well. So you can see there that whenever they need the runs, they've got the personnel to do just that. Even the likes of Henrik Clausen, who is known in that particular setup of the Proteas and in our domestic setup to be a big hitter. So he's also part of that particular setup that we're speaking about that's giving them so much of a balance also.
Yolulwe Qoshe, our sports reporter, down at the iconic Wanderers cricket ground, giving us a blow-by-blow account ahead. There's a much anticipated match between the JSK and the Durban Super Giants.